G'day, this is Captainoob unveiling another companion mod that I've created. This companion is the Institute mercenary known as Phoebe. You'll find her just here, just outside of Vault 111. Here's what it looks like on the map. There's Sanctuary and Vault 111 for reference, so you can pretty much pick her up right off the bat if you start a new game. So when you're recruiting her, she'll go through dialogue just as usual, and yes, she knows who you are, would you believe, and her dialogue responses will actually just change depending on who you sided with in the end game and whether you destroyed the Institute, which is kind of cool there. It's all experimental, hopefully it works, and as you can tell, this place being marked as an Institute bunker, there's probably a bunker around here somewhere, and it is directly behind this door here through that little latch. Okay, so if you want to discover the bunker and these weapons for yourself and don't want to have them spoiled now, then leave the video now. Links will be in the description if you're interested. But if you want to see all of this before you download the mod, then I'll just take you through. So this is the first little room here. It's got a working decontamination arch there, so you can get yourself nice and rad scrubbed before you come in. And here we are in the main room of the bunker here. So you've got a little map here for the Institute to give Phoebe missions and all that. And you've got a few rooms around here, and there's Phoebe as a companion here. All of these lockers are full of ammo. They will not respawn, so you're free to store items in here if you wish. That it won't be taken away when the cell resets, but everything else will reset over time, so you can grab a lot of these things if you want to. So as for the weapons, you've got this Institute rifle there, a modified one of those, and a modified stun button, and an advanced syringe, we'll get to that later, and a plasma pistol there, which is kind of nice. We've got a rocket launcher here, but it's a little bit different than your average rocket launchers, and synth relay grenades. There's also a little bit more. There is a cluster bomb launcher sitting on the table here, and there is also a revolver just hidden behind this alarm clock there, so there you go. Obviously, this is her little sleeping room. This is the main dining area with the toilet there, and yeah, probably doesn't make a lot of sense to have these things at the same place, but you know what? I'm a roof plumber, not an interior designer. What do you expect? Don't expect to be amazed. There's just a washing thing here, so she cleans up all of her clothes, and a firing range to test all of her weapons, as well as her personal suit of power armor given to her by the Institute, which could use some upgrades, so make sure you grab some of the resources to upgrade that if you have the skill. So that's basically the bunker. There's not a whole lot to it, but yeah, this whole mod here was more of an instrument in learning how to create cells and how all that thing works, and I'm pretty sure I've got it down pat, so maybe in the future I could create something a little bit more in depth than this, but for a start, I'm pretty happy with what I've done here. We'll move on to the weapons. Gone a little bit lighter on the weapons than we have in previous companion mods, but here we go. Here's what Phoebe's main rifle is. She's got a copy of this in her baton on her, so you're free to use this whenever you like. Basically, this is a Institute rifle with a scope on it, which fires as fast as you can pull the trigger. It's got the laser rifle stock, recoil compensating stock, and the laser sniper barrel, as well as beam focuser, and that's just to give it a little bit more of a wacky weapons feel. And you can fire this extremely fast, which is good. It's got lots of DPS onto it, which is nice. Second weapon is just her stun button, and this has got a 50% chance to stun, and they'll be paralyzed for 10 seconds. Phoebe's got one of those. She'll switch to it when she's close enough to the enemies to hit them, and it makes her a pretty good support character, all things considered. Number 3 is the little plasma gun here. This is just basically a Institute pistol with the plasma shooting effect, and not plasma shooting, but yeah, its projectiles and sounds have been altered, as well as a buff in damage. And basically this is I was inspired by the XCOM plasma pistol, and it's sort of long and thin like that, so you know what, it's a nice little sidearm, and you don't really see much use out of a plasma a Institute pistol anyway. I was about to say plasma pistol, but you kind of do. Anyways, we'll move on to number 4, which is the heavy laser, which is a rocket launcher, but it shoots big old lasers, uses the 2mm ECs, and it does a whole lot of damage. Good fun to use with, but it takes a while to actually fire this thing, so it's a little bit more balanced than some of my other ones, but not too much to it, just one for heavy weapon users. Next up, we've got Phoebe's revolver, which is 50 cal. As such, it has the sounds of a 50 cal. I've got this altered right now. It'll sound like a 50 cal in your game if you haven't got the sounds altered. But you can fire this as fast as you can pull the trigger. It's kind of like the revolver equivalent to Captain Bridget's gun, only it's a revolver. And last but not least is the cluster bomb launcher, which from the surface looks like a double-barreled shotgun, but fire this thing into the air. It fires the sentry bot cluster missiles, and it's got 8 rounds in a mag, so you can keep the explosions going for quite a bit. It's a pretty powerful weapon if you're spec'd well for demolition. Now, the problem with this weapon when I first started using it is that if you aim it on too low of an angle, all of the things will explode onto your feet, just like that. But I managed to make the damage not hurt humans, but in the same sort of way, it doesn't actually scale with the demolition effect, so you know what, you've all been lied to. I just tricked you, lol. XD. Okay, so the last thing I want to show off is the advanced syringe up. Now, unlike this, the normal syringe where you go ahead and shoot debilitating effects into your enemies, this one is designed for shooting buffs into your allies, which is good. So we've got a bunch of syringes here. We've got the adamant syringe, cuts down on stagger. This one gives you the buff out effect. This one gives you the jet effect if you use it, but it'll increase your NPC's accuracy, and it actually adds a visual effect, so you know. You've got the overdrive syringe, adds crit chance. This one adds damage. Stimpack heals them, won't revive them though, and the toughness one adds a little bit of damage and energy resistance for that. So you know what, we'll go ahead and buff her with 2 of these. Nah, screw it, we'll just give her all the buffs, so hold still there, Phoebe. Alright, there's 1. Number 2. That's the accuracy thing there. She's all jet up there, so she should be more accurate. Just keep filling her up with chems, and she should be good. Yep. 1 more thing to go, and there you go, you've got all the buffs. We'll switch over to Stimpack syringe for that. And we'll go ahead and engage these turrets here, because those are bastards. That'll just stagger you to oblivion. So you know what? We'll get rid of those things, and hopefully Phoebe will run into combat there. Are you going to use that weapon of yours? Surely you're going to use that weapon of yours. Come on.
Hey.
There we go. Alright, you've killed 1.
Heads up.
But I need you to kill more. There we go. Now she's killing them.
Get him. It's over. Now.
For now, you've just obliterated everyone. Alright, looks like we need to get up there. Come on, follow me. Okay, got the Stimpack syringes in here. Let's just run here and aggro these turrets. You gonna help us out there, Phoebe? Come on. Alright, she sort of knows what she's doing. There we go. When things get close to her. Okay, those turrets are going to have to die then, because they just stagger into oblivion. You can stop shooting at her now. Alright, now she's out. Now you get to see what she's can be doing. Oh yeah, she's good. She hits them hard, and they drop fast. Just wait for it. I'm not panicking. Don't worry. You're going to shoot him? Or should I? Have a Stimpack. I missed. Never mind. Okay, you're a little bit slower than my other companions, but you know what? You get a pass. Have a Stimpack there. The pain should be over right now. So, you know what? That is just a little snapshot at what these chems can do. They could really buff your friends, which is good. There's still gunners around, but we can ignore them, I'm pretty sure. Yep, and even Phoebe doesn't really care about it anymore. So yep, that's just a snapshot of what you can do. If you have multiple companions, you can go ahead and buff them all with different things. Maybe give the melee person a good melee weapon and some adamant and some buff out just to give them a little bit more damage, and that should be good. And all of these are definitely craftable in the chemistry station, as well as lootable from the bunker there, so you probably will never be running short on those. But if you are, ooh, what'd you do? Yeah, you can just wait a couple of days and they will come back in the bunker absolutely free of charge. They just appear there. Okay, so some of you still seem to struggle with this. I might as well add a PS4 tutorial into this. So basically, get the Followers Extended mod, go to Red Rocket. It's the one near Sanctuary. Should be easy to find. It's one of the first places to go to. grab one of these rings from here, then go to the bunker, talk to her. You should be able to get through a dialogue with no problems, and then just give her the ring once the trade menu is up. Equip that ring in her inventory, and there you go, there's a follower for you. I don't think I could make that any more clearer. You're still jetted up there, aren't you, Phoebe? Oh well. So yeah, if you'd like to see this in your game, links will be in the description. Be sure to let me know if you have any problems with this, because I like to give my patches a little bit of a support a couple of days through the life cycle, because patching is good when I make these things work, damn it. Alright, links will be in the description. Thanks for watching.